Hello, this is your 7.36 tutorial. We're going to start this with loading our template by starting with New. Go to the location where you save your McFatter templates. Mine are saved in my documents. McFatter templates, McFatter ACAD. For ease of this video, I'm going to turn off my grid. This next step you do not have to do. I'm going to insert our 7.36 assignment into our workspace so that we can work on it together. Now that we've set up a new drawing, one of the first things we should always do is to save our drawing. Save it in a folder. Where you save all your work. I'm going to save mine in my Chapter 7 folder. 7.36. Save. Now you can see at the top of the screen, it now tells you that it's the 7.6. This one is going to be very circle heavy. So I'm going to work from the centers of the circles for the majority of this. I'm going to start in this upper part right here. I'm going to go to my Home tab. I'm going to start with the center line. I'm going to draw that first center line, making sure ortho is on. 1.75. The next dimension goes down 1.50. And then we can see that it comes in 0.5. 0.5. And then from there, I'm going to go down 1.38. 1.38. And then from there, I'm going to go across to 0.25. Enter. Then we got another one at 1.88. Then we're going to go over. Let's go up. That way we can come back up to where the center line meets up. So we'll do 1.38. And come over the last bit for the 1. And these should be all the locations for all the different centers. Let's go ahead and I'll put some dimensions in to verify that. Five. Down. 5. Across, we got 0.5 here. Come down here. 1.38. And across from here. should be an endpoint. 2.25. 0.88. Came back up. We came to our 1. So now we can go ahead and place all those circles at their correct locations. I'm going to delete all these dimensions. Except for maybe these two at the bottom, just so I have a reference point I can see visually. So if we look, it says 4 times 0.50. So this hole has 4 of them. If I look visually, I can see 4 similar sized holes. Okay. And then here I have 2 times at 0.38, and those are the 2 matching circles here and here. So let's start off with my circle. Go make sure I'm using diameter. Picking my endpoint. I'm going to make it 0.5. Now I'm going to change that into my layer 0 layer for now. I'm also going to go ahead and dimension that with a diameter dimension just to verify that I'm correct. So you can see diameter 0.5. Now I'm going to take that circle, I'm going to copy it and place it where all the other circles are. Here, here, and here. And then we need to do another circle, diameter circle. One located right here. And that diameter is going to be 0.38. And also change that into layer 0. And then I'll copy that accordingly. I'm going to now change my working layer to layer 0. I'm going to start with the outer circles. You see we got a 0.5 here, another 0.5 radius here. There's 2 more 0.5 radiuses here and here. Then at the bottom we have this 75 here. We have another 75 here, and another 75 here. So let's go ahead and take care of the circles. They're sharing the same center points at 0.5. Diameter. That's a radius 0.5. I'm going to hit escape key. Want to make sure we do that correctly. It's a radius. This was diameter 0.5, and this is a radius 0.5. I'm going to copy that. Copy command. Place them accordingly wherever I need one. I need my 0.75 radius circles. So make sure I'm using the radius command. Get my center point. 75. Copy that. Now we're going to learn a new command for this right here. But first, let me get some line work in place. We need to attach these quadrants from here to here. And we need one more center line. Let's establish this. Center. From this center point here, coming out this way, is 0.87. We're just going to drag this line coming up this way. We're going to avoid those other snap points. Just pull it up. This is going to be a center point for a non-marked location along here. I'll show you how to get that as well. Easiest way I've found to find this 0.25 and with the location of it where it exists is the quadrant coming straight across like this, and this quadrant coming across like this. When I measure it, we will discover from here to here is 0.5. And since the radius is at 0.25, that's the circle. So an easy way to find its center is to use the trim command, selecting these two lines as cutting planes, and then selecting away the top and the bottom. Then I could take one of these 50 diameter circles and copy it and put it right in the middle, like so. And then I can see my radius circle once I trim. And cut off the excess. Now, this, and that can all become zero layer. So I have that grouped off here. I have this grouped off here. I'm going to need a tangent arc going from here to here, a tangent line. So I'm going to start my line command, hold Control, right click, go to my tangent snap, click that anywhere on that location. I'm going to hold Control, right click, and hit tangent, selecting a random point there. And those two become perfectly tangent. I'm going to now change that to layer 0. I can now change this. No, I can't, not yet. What is that? That is another circle in here. That's a non-defined radius right there, but we're going to go ahead and make it uniform with the rest. Because if you look at the opposite side, it's going to be the same radius of 0.25. I'm going to go ahead and use the fillet command. I'm going to use the radius setting right here at the bottom. Now we can change the radius to 0.25. And I can select this line here and this arc here. And it does a trim that puts that radius in right there. I'm going to select those two lines, the arc and the line. And I'm going to change them to layer 0. Now I can start trimming out some of these excess circles, selecting that line, this line here, and this line here. I'm going to need a line going from here to here. Make sure it's the right layer. Then I can trim. Now this part right here, we're going to use that same fillet command. Fillet, radius. We're going to go ahead and set the radius to 0.75. Select this circle, and then select the other circle, and it puts the nice curve in right there. Then I'm going to use the trim command, selecting that arc, that line, and this line here, and cut away the excesses of these circles. I'm going to just start removing my center lines. And here's our piece. I'm going to move this out of the way. You don't have to do that because you don't have this. I'm going to check one thing real quick. Go from the center of this to the center of that. 0.25 to 0.25. Perfect. All right, looks good. So now the drawing is complete, let's select it all and change it to object. We can then look at our sheet sizes. Select the viewport twice, center scroll, get it into as nice a view as you can. Then check, will it fit 1-to-1? Looks like it'll fit 1-to-1 in an A-size sheet. Do we have enough room for our dimensions? Do you have a lot of dimensions, but they're pretty low. Not too far on the side. Let's see if we can get that in there. I think it'll be able to fit. Let's just take a look at our 11 by 17. Go here to 1-to-1. This would definitely give us a lot more room. I'm going to go with the 11 by 17 to give us more room for all the dimensions. So then I got that at 1-to-1. My drawing's relatively centered. I'm going to lock the viewport. I'm going to change my layer to Anno. It'd be better. Let's do our center lines first. So I'm going to change my line to center. I'm going to go to Annotate and Center Mark. Always using the largest circle to put my center marks in with. Even these little tiny arcs right here are still the largest circle. Gives you the nice clean center mark you want. Okay, looks very good. I'm going to go ahead and draw a center line. Probably somewhere inside here. All the way across, somewhere about here. Nice clean center line, marking that those are connected. Do the same thing over here. And there you go. Center line is looking pretty clean. Review the image. Pretty straightforward. If we go too far, let's make sure we save. Now, notice that I hit save and not save as. Just so we already saved the drawing previously in the earlier part of this drawing. Now we can change our layer to annotate. And we can start putting our annotations in. I'm going to make my way over to model space so I can see where all my dimensions are. A little bit easier. Okay, there we go, there we go. This will come better if I go the other way. So I'm going to repeat my linear dimension, go from this side to here, so the text comes on the outside. Looking good so far. All of our center lines are in place. All of our linear dimensions are in place. Now we start dimensioning our radiuses and our diameters. So we have the 4 diameter. Let's go ahead and do that one. Okay, this needs to be changed, so we're going to double click on the text. We can now add the 4 x for 4 times diameter 0.5. And we can also put in escape. Redo diameter, lower hole. Double click on the text to do 2x. Space. So now I have that one in place. Now I'm going to change my dimension style to radius. I'm going to start dimensioning some of these radiuses. Then we have our 2 at the top here. So double click on the text, 2x, space, click on the black. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all my radiuses and diameters. I'm going to go right click, properties, and under lines and arrows, center mark. I'm going to change it to none because I already previously put in my center lines. I'm also going to go ahead and select everything. In properties, my precision, primary units, it's going to be 2 places, and then everything updates, except for the one that I missed. I'm going to go into my primary units and change that 2 places. Close my properties. I'm going to move this out of the way. Going to look at my 11 by 17. Looks very clean. Also does very well fit on 8.5 by 11. One of these times you could also go ahead and ask your instructor at the time which one he'd prefer. Because both will work for this drawing. In my opinion, I think Mr. Rodriguez might like the 8.5 by 11 better. So we can go ahead and print this one. Once you've gone in, change what your scale is, drawn by, date, and sheet 1 of 1. Don't forget your project. And you've placed all that information in, you're ready to print. I'm going to go ahead and save the drawing real quick. Make sure I do that first. Then I'm going to go to print. Continue the single sheet. And on here, if you use the correct template, it'll say DWG to PDF, monochrome. You're going to go ahead and do a preview. Take a look at your drawing, see the line weights. Look for any errors. Once you're done, you can then go ahead and print it. You'll hit the OK button. A prompt will show up telling you to save your PDF. Pick a location where you store all your PDFs, and then you can take that PDF and submit it to Mr. Rodriguez. This has been your 7.36 tutorial, and I'll see you in the classroom. Have a nice one.